All right, everyone. So the Jade Cargill injury has thrown a lot of chaos into this storyline. So obviously, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair were the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Well, with Jade Cargill out, there's now this kind of question of, okay, first of all, if you're a tag team champ and your partner's injured, should you have to vacate the titles? That's number one. Number two, we still have no clue who actually did it. So on SmackDown, we got a little hint that the general manager, Nick Aldis, was attempting to basically vacate the title. That's what he told her. He's like, hey, we may have to vacate this thing. But then Naomi was standing next to Bianca and said, listen, I'll be the one that steps in for Jade. I will be the other half of the championship. Now, this is going to cause a big, big kind of question mark about what's going on with this storyline moving forward. And this is for two reasons. The first is we've done a lot of reports on how there's a potential of Naomi and Jade Cargill kind of splitting, right? There's a potential rivalry between these two coming down the pipe at some point. And we were just reading, reports. We don't have any inside sources. We're just reading these reports that are claiming to have these inside sources. The other thing we have to keep in mind is that Naomi is being viewed as someone who could potentially have been the one to injure Jade. So, with those two things happening, right, with those two things existing, it is seemingly now Naomi's going to be the other half of the champions, so one half of the tag team champions. It wouldn't be shocking necessarily to find out that maybe Naomi was in on it or somehow Bianca was in on it. And then this kind of starts this big feud, or uh, Naomi didn't do it, but Jade comes back and she's not happy that Naomi was, the other half of the tag champions, and there's some kind of jealousy or something like that when Jade returns. There are so many different things that could happen here. So this is interesting. Now, I do think this comes down to, when we're looking at it, it comes down to one potential, like whether this is going to be a bigger storyline or not comes down to one thing that we haven't got any confirmation on, which is Jade actually injured? Meaning, if Jade is legitimately injured, then all of this probably was just needed to happen. This tag teaming of Bianca and Naomi, it's not actually part of a bigger storyline. It's just to fill time until Jade returns. But if Jade actually wasn't injured and it was a storyline injury, then that means that they may be plotting something much bigger. They may be planning for one of the things that we're speculating on. So thank you all for watching.